this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down.
Yeah, and the QB decided to take it himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you could see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the first down. And now it's fourth down decision time. No matter where it is on the field or what the distance is, you know there's a chance. We still might go for it.
And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and, hey, even cause a turnover, that's just gravy.
He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
At the 35, he's got room. And he's running in the open. And the strategy of just letting the quarterback run until he gets tired is not a winning one. Another explosive play and another first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Comes out throwing on first down. Gonna take a shot. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Longhorn! And the stump. Been good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. He'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. UTEP has the ball, the offense, ready to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And down he goes back at the 3.
And every time he gets brought down, everybody kind of gasps for a second because you're already on quarterback number 2, and you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. And the least amount of hits as possible because you definitely don't want to go to QB number 3.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Miners will send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And that's where they'll spot it, just inside the 45.
He could go all... Oh, man, really? Coughing it up? Looked like he was going to do some damage, take that thing back to the house, and instead he coughs it up and gives it to the other team.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. Wants to throw on first down. He fires a bullet to the right. It's complete. A huge pickup. Touchdown, Texas! And the beatdown has ensued. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
And he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Ncaa has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
He'll pull it on the read. Got the first down and more. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I'll tell you, the running backs and the quarterbacks in this offense, they got to give a lot of their success running the football to this offensive line up front. They're getting tremendous push. It doesn't matter who has the football, who's keeping the football. You're just seeing this group up front drive this defense backwards.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Miners will punt this one away. And it'll be down right there.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He'll take a deep shot here. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the pummeling has started. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. UTEP has the ball in the offense, ready to go back to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They'll try to pop the draw. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
He'll keep it himself. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. The Miners with the 1st and 10. Movement here from the tight end. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Another sack on the day. This offense has to do something different. Maybe bring in more bodies, run max protection, keep more guys in the block, only send a couple guys out to run pass patterns. You got to do something different. But Bob...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And it's a little close, a little too close for comfort, but I tell you what, the quarterback's got to be aware, right? When they're taking shots or they're throwing the football close to their own end zone, got to know where they're at so they don't give up the safety. Good job by the quarterback. I'd like him to get rid of the football next time, but at least he didn't take the safety.
And the coverage team will get to it, and they'll down it just inside the 30. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Let's go! Off the play fake on 1st down. Pressure coming. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. Can anyone catch him? Inside the 10. Touchdown, Texas! And the route is on. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Texas. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. He wants to throw. Swings it out to the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. And down he goes back with the 3.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
Leaves it with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. And the Miners will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Hauls it in at the 40. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the punishment has been extended. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You've got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
On third down, going up top. Coming after him. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And how about this defense? They got the donut going. And here's one thing I'll tell you about the donut. Late in the game, you're talking about on the field. We want to finish this thing and keep that 0 on the scoreboard. No matter who's in the game, who we've rotated, everybody's trying to get a 0 up there.
Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
First play of this drive comes from the 27. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's taking the shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football, but there is definitely a school of thought in nowadays where I'm putting up stats and I'm keeping the pedal to the floor.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up this scoreboard.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. He's looking to throw it. Going to try to get it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Across the 25, he's got room. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. And the Longhorns are marching down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Going for it all. Touchdown, Texas! And the stomping has commenced.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. DB's right up on the receivers. He'll come out throwing on first down. Dances away. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And how about that alone? swarming from getting the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Miners line up to punt it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. And they'll touch it dead at about the 40.
Man, you talk about a sideline that was jacked up, excited for the big punt return. And then, man, he makes the big mistake, puts it on the deck, and the momentum goes shifted right back to the other side.
The offense set for a first down play. They move the tight end all over. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the right. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference. Defense. So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the results of the play will stand. So that penalty will give this offense a little boost. Here comes 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the beatdown has ensued.
I gotta say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
And he's going to try to return this one. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. Line gets set, first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive at their own 48. They'll put the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Texas! And the pummeling has started. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. It's another safety. They get their 3rd one of this game.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. The best way this offense can say thanks for that 2 spot is by following it up with a score of their own, David.
Really fun when your defense does that, when they get you back the football, and they score some points, Palmer. Put those points up on the board. Usually brag about it, especially defensive. We got more points than you, but good.
Racing to the right. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the route is on.
It's so nice to be an offensive coordinator when you've got a guy that can do this. What an unbelievable job scrambling around, buying time. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to call it, running a long way and scoring a touchdown.
And he makes the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense is sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
And after that punt, that's where they'll mark it. It'll be just inside the 35-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Back open in the middle. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
I'll tell you, you got to be careful through the defense right now because you're behind. I know you want to be aggressive. You might want to start blitzing, getting a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, but this offense...
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Texas. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. UTEP has the ball in the... ready to go to work. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. They weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you got to... figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
As a former quarterback, I definitely never had the guts to ever want to be a return man. And that right there is the reason why, guys. I don't need anybody having a 50-yard run at me trying to take my head off. So, listen, I mean, I feel for that return guy. He's lucky, though, that his group of guys was able to jump back on the ball.
fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle was finally made. To the air, it's Hills. Hit as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he puts through the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Texas. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's going to pass. Trying to get to him. Intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. He's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Quarterback checking off. To the air on first down. Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. Just